Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Greg Jones with Engine Builder. We are at the Ultimate Callout Challenge 2025. Today I'm joined by Patrick Brown, and this right here behind us is his 6.7 liter Cummins VP engine, and it's our Diesel of the Week.
Engine Builder's Diesel of the Week is sponsored by AMSOIL, the first in synthetics.
Patrick, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure as well.
Thanks so much for giving us some time here. And I know you're excited because this is your first UCC event as a competitor here. And we were walking through the pits, saw your truck, and wanted to know a little bit more about it. I know you've had this thing for quite a while, so
yes,
if you would, give us a quick history of the truck and a little bit of your racing background.
So the truck originally started out a 5-speed daily pickup truck. Got it from a funeral home, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it pulled their backhoes and stuff. It was a one owner until I got it. And then it just snowballed into what this is. Had a vision that I wanted to do over the years, and it's been a work in progress for about 8.5 years now. So, but other than that, it was a daily driver until just a couple years ago. And then we just finally decided that full competition was the best thing for it, and I can kind of move on a little bit. So
yeah. And before we got on camera, Patrick, you were telling me that, again, this is your first UCC, but you've done some King of the Street competitions.
Yeah, we do King of the Street Challenge every year, and this was our first opportunity at UCC, and it's always been something that I've wanted to do. So the opportunity was given, and I had a tunnel vision. I was like, all right, we're going to do this. So getting ready for it was had a few little hiccups, obviously changing a bunch of stuff and trying to reinvent the wheel a little bit. And other than that, it's went pretty decent so far. So
yeah, good. Glad to hear that. So Patrick, let's dive into the Cummins engine a little bit. You know, obviously you just mentioned you've had this truck for 8 years and it's been a progression. So has the engine changed a few times in that?
It has. It changed. We had the 5.9 block for a long time. We kept splitting the side of the factory Cummins blocks down the coolant passages. Seemed like every year I was doing that like once or twice. Yeah. So then it was in talks, and me and a good friend and his dad, we was all like, what if we done a 6.7 swap? And we just kind of snowballed from there, and then started doing all the math on everything and trying to get covers made and all that stuff, which we done all ourselves to fit the 6.7 platform. And but from there it just kind of spiraled on, and then the 6.7 VP platform for us has been in here for about 3 years now. As far as the engine build itself, it's only changed one time, and that was due to a nitrous backfire and split the cylinder walls from top to bottom all across the board. So then after that, this engine was built by us. We built it, and then it's been in here ever since. So it's just a standard bore 6.7 engine, main studs, girdle, Waggler Street Fighter rods on the bottom end, standard pistons but with some fly cuts on them, and then our newest thing that we just added that we hadn't had until right before UCC. This is a Fleece Performance Freedom Racing Engine cylinder head. It's one of their largest street heads that you can do before cutting the shelf off. So I'm anxious to see how that does over the head that we had been using prior, as far as the flow and everything. So,
Patrick, you mentioned the fly cut pistons. Where are those from?
Those are just standard, basic Molly style pistons, and then I had Hazley machine cut the valve leaves in them for me. Okay,
very good. All right, and then you mentioned the new cylinder head. How about some of the valve train components inside? Have you guys switched up some stuff there? Yeah,
so that has a full Fleece setup. It has their springs, their valves, and all of their stuff is in the head. I got Manton rocker bridges, ARP rocker studs, Hamilton push rods, and all that stuff in there as well.
Very cool.
And then it has a custom Colt cut cam for the VP 6.7. And they cut that to make power from idle to 4,000 RPM, so which is where we cap off at, unfortunately. So
very good. Now, Patrick, I can't ignore you got the compound turbo set up here. You want to talk a little bit about the specs on that?
Yeah, so Duncan Finley with Finley Precision Industries built our manifold charger, and we're working on doing some cool stuff after UCC. We're going to build a set of triples for this truck through him. So it has his, he calls it the Felony, is actually the name of the charger. So we have it on there, and then we've got an on-3 107mm out front. For now, they seem to really work really well together. They actually go hand in hand pretty well. So other than that, that's as far as the air goes. Super pumped about that turbo. That turbo has shown nothing but success for us so far. And we haven't found the breaking point yet, but we may just here tomorrow. So
yeah. Well, hopefully nothing breaks for you.
Yeah, hopefully not. That would be great if it did not.
So Patrick, with the compound setup, how much boost are you guys typically seeing?
Full tilt with nitrous, we see about 106 pounds out of the setup. So,
yeah, pretty solid.
Yeah.
All right. Patrick, let's talk a little bit about the fueling setup. What kind of injector setup do you have?
We got Dynamite Diesel DDP. It's got a set of their super mental 98 liter per minute, I think, injectors. So they built these injectors for me to do the 6.7 VP swap. Yeah. So it has a full custom body and stuff on it for the 6.7 spray pattern. And then we had Scheid build the pump and my tubes. They're actually 6.7 tubes that's been modified and milled out by them to fit the cylinder head correctly and all that good stuff. So the injectors we haven't found the limit of those yet. So I think we have the largest set that they've ever built as far as that goes as a VP style injector. We haven't found the limit of that yet. So we're just going to keep on throwing it at it until we do find it.
Very cool. All right, so Patrick, about how much horsepower do you get out of the 6.7?
This truck here, we've made 1301 on the Superflow with this setup. That was with a different turbo setup. I currently don't know what this configuration is going to do. We tested it thoroughbred diesel throwdown and had a slight miscommunication between me and the nitrous and had a massive backfire that kind of messed up a cylinder head. Showing super potential. It was very aggressive. So hopefully everything works out. And I'd like to make 1500 here this year is my goal, to reset my personal best and record, and then set the new industry record as well again for that. So
right, awesome. And Patrick, you mentioned nitrous a couple of times. You know, how much nitrous do you have on tap
we
here?
got 3 kits on board. Got 2 on a Progressive Max 5 controller, and then I've got a 375 with the SPE MegaJet kit on a button on the steering wheel. So that's only for the dyno portion only. The Maximizer 5 runs off of 2 kits, and it progressively ramps in as we go down the track. So I try to hit it about a 1.5 seconds in. You'll see it smoke, and then about a 1.5 seconds goes into the run. It'll go super clean, and then it just goes out. So
awesome. I think the only thing that you had mentioned before we got on camera too was the standalone ECU that's brand new. You want to talk a little bit about that?
So Diesel Conversion Specialties helped us out with that. We had a vision that I kind of wanted to do. They already make a harness for like an engine swap harness, but I had a couple of things I wanted to try to do differently, and they knocked it out of the park. It literally got done, fired it up, and everything worked the way it was supposed to. I figured for sure there would have been something that I would have had to battle. The only thing that we had an issue with was just battery voltage, because we had to go to a 1-wire alternator because the PCM and stuff is now gone. So when we went to the 1-wire alternator, we realized that they ground through the bracketry and stuff there, so we had to add an extra ground, because when you turn all the nitrous solenoids on, especially 375s, it was drawing down so much, and it was dropping my tune file out. So we use Quadzilla to tune, and it's a Wi-Fi based tuning system, and it has to have a certain voltage reading, and if it loses that, it's gone. It's like you just literally turn the battery off. So that was part of the also that we figured with the nitrous backfire. Whenever I turned everything on at thoroughbred, it just sucked me way down. So we got a game plan for the dyno tomorrow. I brought my big jump pack for semis at the shop. It's going to be fully charged. When I get on the dyno, I'm strapping that thing on and letting it do its thing as well with everything else, so I don't have that problem, hopefully, again, because that was an expensive trial and error.
I'm sure. Well, very good. All right, so Patrick, again, this is your first UCC. You mentioned some of the horsepower expectations for the dyno day. Yep. How about out on the track? What are some of the ETs?
I would like to see, best we've been was 648 in the truck. I would like to see a 648 or below, obviously. I'd like to at least get a little faster. And then on the sled pull track, I want to do really well there. This truck, sled pull's really, really good. So hopefully I can follow my same setup that I would run at KOS. I'll be about 500 pounds lighter than what I normally would be there, I do believe. So that's kind of going to give me a little bit of difference, but the hitch height is going to make a difference there as well. I think we're at 26 here. KOS is at 20. So the 20-inch hitch height really makes it hard for sled pullers. It's kind of the equalizer and the track. So hopefully, ultimate goal is just to finish the weekend and set a couple of personal goals for myself and just enjoy it and the fellowship, hanging out with Michael Brown and his crew. They're really good friends of ours, and just seeing those guys out and being able to pit with them is awesome. So it's a cool experience.
Very good. Well, Patrick, wish you good luck this weekend.
Thanks
so much for the time.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you got an awesome truck, and
thanks, man.
Thanks for telling us about it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys, that's been this episode of Diesel of the Week. Appreciate you watching. Make sure you guys are checking out enginebuildermag.com for more awesome diesel content, and we'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. Hey, while I've got you guys here, I wanted to tell you about Find a Builder. It's a new microsite on enginebuildermag.com that's great for both engine shops and for potential customers looking to get engine work done. If you're an engine builder, this site is a place where you guys can list your shop and what you guys do to potential customers through enginebuildermag.com. It's an easy subscription-based microsite that'll let you guys connect to a new audience. And if you're a potential customer looking to get engine work done, this is a source to help you guys find a shop that's in your area or one that specializes in the type of engine work that you're trying to get done. Make sure you guys are checking out Find a Builder on enginebuildermag.com. Thanks.